the NCAA football game coming out in 25, which hasn't come out since 2013. Now they're looking to put it out again this summer, and who knows who's going to be on the cover of it. But I would say, who would you like to see on the cover? I'm asking everybody in the comments, also in the chat. Get in the chat right now. Let us know, who would you like to see on the cover of the NCAA Football 25. As you can see right here, we got some candidates for you. You got Travis Hunter. You got Ralphie running out. You got Coach Prime. You got Shador Sanders and whoever else. But I'm asking Adam and I'm asking the chat, and I'll give you my answer also. Who would you like to see as the cover athlete on the NCAA Football 25?
Those are all good options. Coach Prime is the most recognizable face if you're just a person walking into the store and trying to grab a video game. But I'm thinking as a younger person, number one on there, the Travis Hunter. That might be the place to go. It just a guy that played that number of snaps going both ways and played more snaps than anybody in the country, and that's with the injury, forcing him out of 2.5 games, and just a really transcendent figure in college football. I think you got 4 options right there. You could even have, if you told me it was my decision, I'm probably going with Coach Prime and Peggy last year's spring game where she's kicking the ball and he's got her arm and he's holding her for what I was really impressed with. Peggy got that ball actually up off the ground a little bit. So it would make sense for EA Sports to have a Colorado Buffaloes cover given the ratings we saw from their games last year. And that's not just me being biased as a Colorado reporter. That is truth, that they're going to sell a lot of copies if they put the Buffs on it. And so I'm anxious. We have no idea outside of the fact that it's actually happening, right? I mean, we don't have a release date. We don't know. I'm curious too, are we going to have guys that are committed to colleges like a BJ Green that aren't technically at Colorado enrolled yet? Are they going to be on the roster? What's going to be kind of the makeup of this game? Because it's been a long time since any of us have played a new NCAA football game, and that might get me back to the couch to play some video games with the kids.
Right, and you just brought up an interesting question right there. Hopefully my mic is good. Let me know in the comments right now. But you just brought up an interesting question, because what are they going to do about guys in the transfer portal? And how, because you look at a game like Madden or NBA 2K, you have free agents, right? Where you can sign these free agents. How would that work in NCAA football? Are you going to have these real people in the transfer portal? Are you going to have a select few in the transfer portal? How would that work? Will they get paid for that, compensated for that? Their name, image, and likeness will be used on this. So a lot of questions going into it. What, like you said, what roster are they going to use? The spring one or the projected season roster? It doesn't come out till the summer, is what I read, but there's a lot of questions to be asked. But like you said, I will be, going back, reverting back to my days and getting couch locked and sitting up on that thing at least for a few and playing some NCAA football. That used to be the game of choice back in the day.
It's going to be a lot of fun playing a video game with Shador as a quarterback. Our Brad Crawford on 24/7 Sports, he projected that Shador Sanders was going to have a 95 overall rating. He projected that Travis Hunter is going to have a 97. What do you think? Is that pretty accurate? They had Travis with his projected best attribute being agility. I would agree with that. And then they had Shador with his best attribute being throw power. That I wouldn't say that's wrong, but I would maybe trend towards accuracy in terms of his top attribute.
For Shador,
Shador, yeah,
definitely accuracy. But I saw some people saying throwing power. So
yeah.
I would probably say, thinking about it, I would say awareness. Awareness should be up there too, and that's going to be in the place of I think I hear some feedback, but that's going to be in the place of reading the defense, knowing where to throw the ball placement, escaping sacks and that nature. So I think that'll be his highest attribute: awareness, and then the pass accuracy, and then the throwing power. I would think for Shador Sanders, but there's a lot of other guys that's going to be looking for their ratings. Also, you mentioned Alto and his questions and answers. He kind of spoke on this when someone asked him what did he think his rating would be. I'm gonna bring that up shortly, but or either I could tell you what he said because I don't know. We having all type of difficulties today, but I'm gonna tell you what he said. Alton said y'all can go find this on his page on YouTube. His questions and answers live from yesterday. They asked him, "What do you think your ratings would be?" He said, if they're going to slight me, then maybe 82, maybe a 80. Even they can go down to the 70s because he's coming off an injury. But they have to respect. I say higher than that because they have to respect what he did at Houston. Double digit touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards. They have to respect that, knowing that his potential, what he could bring based off of what he did. So I think he'll be one of the highest rated guys. Um, who are some of the other guys on the team that you think will be in that higher rating category?
Well, sticking with Alto, it's good that he has a little bit of awareness of kind of setting expectations that have been a little bit off the radar for a minute because he didn't get on the field a whole lot this past season outside of a couple games until they decided to shut him down and redshirt him. But you talk about maybe the guy that has the biggest upside in terms of what his rating would be on this game and what you'd remake that rating to be at the end of the season. You'd be hard pressed to find a player that has more upside than him. I am kind of curious because to me, if I'm starting to go down the list of who would be the next top guys in terms of their rating, BJ Green, who's at Arizona State right now, just finishing up his undergraduate, but he signed financial aid agreement with Colorado. He is sold to be a buff. And Will Shepard at Vanderbilt, he's still there finishing up his undergraduate work at Vanderbilt this spring, is going to be on campus this summer. Those are a couple guys that I would think would be kind of next in line in terms of ratings. And then a LeJontay Wester, I don't know if he's going to get the credit he deserves from the folks that put that game together, but just his dynamic ability as a returner and what you can expect out of him in the slot receiver role this year. He's expected to be an elite player, and then there's so many guys kind of in that next tier of Avonte Bentley, a Jimmy Horn Jr., does Shiloh Sanders get some love? Travis Woods, Dylan Edwards with that speed. There's quite a few guys I think that you could make a good case for having a pretty high rating on that game.
Yes, indeed. I would, if I would have to say some of the guys who might be left off or underrated. You name DJ Green, of course, I would say him. I like Big Tyler Johnson, a big offensive lineman. He should be highly rated. He has a high PFF grade for the NFL going into next year. Alto, of course, Dylan Edwards, you named, Shepard, Levante Bentley, BJ Green. I like Maytair also. Uh, Shiloh Sanders should be up there in the 89, 90, 91 range, in my opinion. His hit power should be amazing. He should have high awareness also. Dylan Edwards' speed should be off the charts. A guy like even Khalil Benson coming over from Indiana, all the sacks or all the snaps he played without giving up many sacks. I think it was only one on the books. I think he would be huge in this. But Travis Hunter, I wouldn't be surprised if he had a 90, 97 to a 99 rating, uh, especially in the stamina department. Stamina, awareness,
Oh
and
yeah,
he should be he should be up there off the charts.
especially if he's the cover of that game. It's crazy you mentioned Tyler Johnson and Khalil Benson. I mean, there's probably 6 Colorado offensive linemen. If you told me EA Sports made them the highest rated Colorado offensive lineman for this game, I wouldn't be shocked. It wouldn't even shock me if it's a Jordan Seaton just because of all the buzz that he's created. Probably not Tyler Brown because he doesn't get as much, kind of like Alton McCaskill, a little bit under the radar because he didn't play this last year, but you could make a case for him deserving to have a high rating. Who am I forgetting? Savion Washington, is the guy that we forget about that, is back and going to be competing for a starting spot. Justin Mayers, he can make an argument to be the top rated O lineman as well.
Exactly. Let me see. One other guy I might be missing out on that I didn't name. Uh, why you said Wester, right? Johnson
Yeah.
Wester. He has to get some respect. Even Jimmy Horn Jr. Shout out to Jimmy, who had a lot of catches last year, led the team for a long while, and put up some good numbers. So, you know, we'll wait and see, but I'm sure everybody's excited to see themselves on the game. I remember my first time seeing myself on the game. I was more of a Madden player, but when NCAA came out of my, I got to play with myself and see how, okay, they respect my speed a little bit. All right. When you look at it and you kind of, you know, rate yourself and say, what can I work on? That's how they see me. Okay, I can work on this also. So it's a different experience to see that and to play with yourself on that. On the game.
How many touchdowns did you score virtually with yourself on that game?
Um,
If it's under 100, I'm going to lose respect for you because
I'm throwing to myself. You better believe it. I'm throwing to myself, and I'm yelling, "Get open!" If I'm not open or whatever, yes, I'm throwing to myself. So, in my case, just like Alton said, once he gets the game, he's going to be a 99 anyway, so it doesn't matter. So that means that I don't care what my rating is, I'm going to use it like I have a 99.